family vision for? Can they relate to it? Can they relate to it? Please, can someone check on YouTube if they can hear me now? So the vision we are talking about, family vision. When you write a family vision, who are the people you are writing it for? The members of the family, which include the children. You can reflect on what we talked about last week on building a family vision and how to go about it. So here we are trying to bring it to practicality, because it's not just saying family vision. The question is, when you write a family vision, the people is written for. The Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. Making it plain also means simplifying it, bringing it to the level of the people who will implement it, who will carry out the vision. The essence of the vision is to direct the path of your household, to guide the path, the destiny, the character, the standard of life of your household, to secure the destiny of your children, to build a legacy that will outstand you, that will live even when you are no longer there, something your children can live with and their life will be fulfilled, right? So today we are asking, when you write the vision, how relatable is it to your children? Who will be the runners? The Bible says, so they that will run will not faint. If you write a vision and the people you have written it for, you and your household, your children, don't understand it, they will faint. Fainting means they are confused, they may not relate, they may not apply it, they may not even understand it. First of all, to talk of applying it, they may not even understand how it affects their life as individuals. So you can have something written down, but you don't know how to bring it to reality, to action. So vision is not about writing rules and regulations. That's what you are expected to do. You must do it. No. How do you, as a leader of your home, as a father, as a mother, as parent, bring children to rapport, to to make this vision part of their own? Like, it's not what mommy and daddy say we should do, is our. So you need to first understand that vision control is not about you putting an order or rules or policies or regulations and say, this is what our family stand for, we must run by it, we must work by it. No. So vision is not control. And we should also understand that vision requires clarity. So I've said, when the Bible says write the vision and make it plain, make it clear. Let your child at their level of knowledge and development. Yeah? Thank you, Divine. Thank you for coming back. I really appreciate your presence. Can your child understand your family vision at his or her level of development? There's a way to teach every child at their level of development and their learning styles. How old is your children? Each of them, can they relate? You must ensure that no matter their age differences, that all of them understand your family vision at their own levels of development. You should ensure it's very clear based on their learning styles. Some children learn by visual, Some are audio learners. Just by you saying it consistently, they will pick it. Some may want you to describe it in a picture. Then some are kinesthetic learners. They want you to act it or role play. It's not for the faint-hearted, that's the truth. And it's not for anyhowness. Like, if you are too busy, you will not be able to bring your family vision to the level of understanding of your children. And if your children cannot understand what your vision is and how to apply it, you have not succeeded in that vision. We are not doing it because we want to impress anybody. No, it's because of the value. It's because of the essence why we are doing it, because of the future of our children, their destiny, what God has called us to build in them. It's because of where God is taking your family and your children, because of the challenges, the exposures, the pressures that will question what they stand for. So you must build your children to internalize your vision. You must also know that vision is not inheritance. It's not like something I acquire because I'm born into this family. It's something that must be taught consistently, intentionally, and carefully. You must give details why this is here and why your family stand by it. Sometimes your children will ask you questions. So why? Why are we, what is family vision? Why are we having family vision? Because they must meet with other children who don't talk about family vision. So they will want to know, why us? So you must be patient in relating your vision to your children until they catch it. What did I say? Your children must cut it, like they must embrace it. And it will not happen by chance. It will not happen so quick. Some of us, we just want things to happen like as a movie. Even the movies you watch took time. There are a lot of editing, cut and joining before it became a perfect presentation of what you are seeing. The same thing. That's how it is. Raising children who will understand our value system, who will work with what the vision God is leading your family through. Your children must be carried along with a lot of patience and understanding. So this night, we are going to go a kind of briefing of what we've talked about on what family vision is, and then children. So family vision, in a simple term, is a shared understanding of who you are as a family. So if your child asks you, what is our family vision? In the simplest term, is what we are, who we are, and what we represent. So if your child figures it out, he knows, okay, wherever I find myself, there is an identity of who I am, even in the midst of other children, even in the midst of the world. So that child is able to know that when he or she finds herself elsewhere in her classroom, that there is something she stands for that is different from what is obtainable. She therefore does not necessarily have to act like every other child, because there is something she's carrying from home. So vision gives your child identity. Thank you, Uncle Sam, for that transcription. Vision gives your family identity. So anywhere we are, we know this is what we stand for. Sometimes my daughter, as young as she is, she would tell us what has happened in school, and we'll ask her, and what do you think? Is that right? She will say no. And we'll ask her, why do you think it's not right? She will say, because it's not our family value. I can tell you she does not really understand the whole thing, but the way we say it every time, we are registering it, and we know that she's capturing it at her own level. So it's easier for her to understand, oh, mommy and daddy will not approve, is not in our family value. But there will be a time when they grow and they have caught it, they have embraced it, they have internalized it. It's now their own value. It's no longer what mommy and daddy says. And that is where we are going. To that point where your children knows what matters most. So your family vision is what matters most. Okay? Is how you relate with people. When your children understand your family vision and value, it determines their actions, reactions, choices, and access. When I mean access, I mean what they allow to get access into them and what they access. So it's important. Some things we shout on top of our children about is because they don't have understanding of vision and value that you stand for as a family. Yes, you've been telling them what is right and what is wrong all this while, but you have not brought it on and on. Are able to understand figuratively that when you say this is what it means and this is why it matters. Okay? Your family vision is how decisions are made, because every decision is geared around what you stand for. So when your children understand this and they are faced with peer pressure or choices when you are not even there, their subconsciousness has already registered, based on our family value, what would mom or dad would have suggested or done in this issue. So I hope we are trying to get what I'm saying. I don't want to make it bogus, but I'm trying to bring it to a level that if you dissect your family vision for your children, they're able to relate it, even if they are not able to conceptualize it. But we must bring it to that level where they know in simple terms what it means. So, in other words, family vision is not what you have written. For your child, is a paper, is a document. It doesn't make meaning until it's relatable. Okay? It's not a set of rules, like I've said. And it's not those pressure we put on children. And sometimes we manipulate them and threaten them. If you don't do this, you will not have this. Because you are not doing this. When a child understands vision, you will not have to go through that pathway. It may be your quick fix to get a child to do things right. But if a child does not understand vision, you will have to keep putting pressure on that child to do the right thing. The failure you will experience will be when you are not there to threaten that child, when you are not there to put pressure. External pressure will make them subject to that pressure because they did not relate your vision. They only understood pressure and threats. So sometimes, in order to get children to do things, we threaten them, we manipulate them. I will not pay your school fees if you continue to go with that friend. I will not give you snacks if you continue to collect food from other people. Your child have not understood why you are not collecting food from other people. They've not understood why that friendship, you are against that friendship. Bring it down to your family vision. Bring it down to what you, so that they then will not faint. When you write a family vision and you have family meeting where you discuss it, it becomes a culture. Continue it. Your child will grow to adapt to it. They will grow to internalize it. So it's not a one-off something. It's not what you do today, you don't do tomorrow. I know life has become busy, but that is the essence of writing it, so that no matter how busy you are, you come back and look at it and see it. Last teaching last Saturday showed you the frame of our own family vision. Sometimes I'll be tired coming back from work, but once my eyes go to that, oh, this is our vision, I must try to do something today. I must try to connect even when I'm tired. Because I know for me to relate to my children, I need to build a bond. Right? And that's why we talk about connecting with your children consciously. Because if you must relay your vision to your children and you must do it in love. You must do it connected. They must feel your love. They must understand that you genuinely love them before they can buy your vision. So to sell your vision to your children, you must connect with them. Tell yourself, I must sell our family vision to my children. Because if you don't sell your family vision, the world will sell the world system vision to them. So that time, you put Cocomelon cartoon so that you can have your time to cook or do other things. And you are disconnecting. You are feeling the bond with an external factor. You are replacing yourself with gadgets and other things. What you don't know you are doing is that you are you are helping your children build connection with other things and disconnecting them from you. So they begin to fall in love with all the cartoons, and the way it's programmed is they keep looking for more. They keep getting their attention, keep diverting to the cartoon, and then a time comes, once you give them gadget, they've forgotten. Sometimes sef, your partner will come home, your wife or your husband, they won't know that someone came in because their attention has been captured. So you need to build a system where you connect with your children and build a bond. Be their distraction. Like once they see you, every other thing does not matter. Yes, get to that point so that they are able to open up their heart. Whatever you have to sell to them, because you must sell. You must use every means you can to get your children to buy your family vision. And another way you can help your children to relate your family vision is everyone under your roof must know there's a vision you run with and must imbibe in that vision. You see, your siblings, your relative that will come visit and they will spend anyone that will spend the night in your home should see your family vision and look at it. What you have just done to this person is tell the person you cannot behave anyhow here. And that also regulates the action of that person in your home because your children are watching. If you have a family vision that people can come in and overrule, your children will be picking. So it means there are people that can come into this house and contradict our family vision. In other words, they will think they also have the permission. That's why sometimes you see children pushing boundaries. They want to see how far that can be tolerated. And that's where your boundary starts. So your boundary is not only for your children, but for visitors and your relatives who lives or who you will bring in to live with you. Because if you have a family vision that is only for your children, then people will come and they abuse it. Say, for example, you don't watch certain movies because of your vision, isn't it? But then a guest comes, stays in your house, watches any type of video, and then you are telling your children you can't watch that kind of video. You are telling your children you have a double standard. You are telling them there are times you can bend your values. Then you are also showing them how to bend values in the presence of some people. I hope someone is speaking this. So, for example, if I invite my friend and I allow my friend to behave anyhow, does anything she wants, and it contradicts my family vision and value, I've just told my children they can make a friend that does not believe or live according to their family values. Because mommy have a friend like that. So even if I say your friends must have a relatable or similar, they may not have the same, but similar family values. But then my friend is misbehaving. I've just told them they can have a misbehaving friend. Yes. In other words, they can go and do whatever they want outside that is contrary to the vision we share and to the value we share. So let both what you say, what you allow, and what you demonstrate represent your value. Let people who you allow into your life represent your value. Because that's also how you determine the environment your children thriving or growing. Because the environment is very important. The environment is not just your home. The environment is the school your children are going. What is their value? Every school represents a value and vision. Ask your school, the school you're taking to your children, what is their value? What is their vision? School. What is in it for your children? Outside the academic portfolio, what is the moral value they are imbibing in those children? How are they promoting your family values? Or are they going to be, you will be teaching yes, it's good, it's not good, sorry, it's not good to lie in your home, and then your children's school don't even, when they talk about it, matter, like they don't even emphasize on values. Or your value is something else and your children's school are promoting another value. Does your children teacher know what you stand for, what your child stands for? So what we do is, once our child is starting a new school, a new class, we do introduction. We write detailed information about our children, their personality, their gifts, the things we've seen them, their passion, what they like, our family vision, and our values. We also write the things we don't allow, the kind of books we don't allow, Then we collaborate with the teachers on the kind of curriculum we are okay with and the ones we are not okay. So if they are going to teach something, they will usually send an email, or when I or my husband goes to pick my daughter, they will tell us, we are going to teach this next week. Are you comfortable with it? So if it's something I'm not sure of, I will say, okay, I will go and discuss with my husband. I will find out and get back to you. So if it's cultural practices that are fetish, that are ungodly, we will tell them, sorry, our daughter will not be participating, and we'll keep her at home. Then we will tell our daughter about that curriculum and why she's not going home, and then relate it to our family vision and value, why she's not allowed to go to school because of it. But we teach her, like we let her have a clue, the knowledge of that, but she will understand why, because you don't know how it will be translated. And your children believe so much in their teacher. Have you not noticed sometimes you talk to your child, you say, but that's not what my auntie says? That's influence. You are subject to a level of influence. So you have to be sure that the influence you are exposing your children have a similar or relatable value with your family, because is a strong environment. That school environment is not just about teaching them ABCD, chemistry, biology. It's about the culture, the spiritual atmosphere. And that's why we do spiritual mapping every new school session, Familynestacademy, because we want to take hold, divinely orchestrate and map the spiritual atmosphere of where our children are going to be subjected to. Because it's not knowledge, it is also mind and spiritual that is being formed in your children. So we have to be careful. Okay? So some of the challenges that we have as parents, that we are not able to translate this family vision to our children, is busy life. We are very busy. But sometimes I ask myself, this busy we are really, at the end of the day, who are we being busy for? The same children. So if we stress out our life and then we lose them, they turn out to be something else we didn't bargain for. What did we gain at the end of the day? Nothing. So we should craft family time, no matter how busy we are, for the children, to build the vision and values as they are growing. The time is limited. You will think you have all the time. Before you know it, and you close your eyes and open, they are 5. You close your eyes, they are 10. You close, once they are 18. Once they are 18, they are adults. And this generation we are raising, their level of independence is up there, even if they don't know what they are doing. So don't give room for social media to nurture your children, to craft their own vision and value for them. Why? You are busy chasing money, and then when you come back, you are tired, or then you are scrolling through social media and they are watching. They are watching how you are laughing at this one that is wearing women brazier when he's a man. Those are values. They are seeing the kind of things you allow, the kind of things you watch on your phone, the kind of what you do on your phone. So they know. Then children, sometimes we are too obsessed with children's achievement, academic achievement. Oh, they are coming with first class, they are good with their academics, and we lose sight of their moral value. we lose sight of their soul. We lose sight of their vision. Because vision, purpose, is what will help your children to thrive even in the midst of hardship. Certificates may give them job, but finding vision, finding purpose will help them thrive and will help them find solution to problems. So when you raise children who understand vision from a very young age within the family circle, and they grow up with that understanding that they are living for something and that their life is governed by a reason, a vision, a purpose, you are programming their mindset to live for a reason. You are configuring their brain to think beyond certificates. Because family vision is not just about what you have written or just your family. It's also helping your children align to their own vision, why they are living. So as they are growing, they are beginning to understand what vision, why vision, and how vision is implemented. They are easily able to implement it in their individual life when they grow up, to begin to find a purpose, a reason for why they, as individual, no longer as family, as individual, why they are living, for what and how they can walk into that purpose. And everyone who has enjoyed fulfillment in life have been people working in purpose, not just working for the job. People who have established their own business have been people who work with purpose, not people who work with certificates. So you may end up raising children who are excellent in academic, they can thrive in job, but they will struggle in establishing their own system, their own business, or even building other people. So family vision goes far beyond even just your immediate home or raising children who are responsible or children who are focused or who know where they are. You also is a means of empowering your children to think of purpose, why of their existence. So another why family face challenges with vision is they are not able to answer the question of faith, purpose, and belonging. Because that's what vision helps you and your children to establish. Vision explains your faith because you are constructing a vision based on your belief and what you are convinced God has called you. So is your faith. So your faith is closely and easily relatable and transferable. Let me use that word to your children. When you create that vision and carry your children early enough. So we've talked about purpose and belonging. When your children understand vision and find peace with it, like I said, sell it to them until they buy it and embrace it. They find a sense of belonging. So you see children who will be satisfied, contented with whom they are. They no longer have to live their life because of what people think of them, trying to please people or trying to be accepted by people. Today I went to work. Okay, yesterday, let me start from yesterday. I cut my hair. You will see that my hairstyle has changed. Very low. And my daughter was like, Mom, why did you cut your hair this low? It's too low. I say, I like it like that. He said, okay, it's fine. Your colleagues will like it. I said, really? He said, yeah, I like it. I said, anyway, it doesn't matter if they like it or not. The most important thing is that I'm comfortable with it, I'm enjoying it, and I love it. Looking like me, like I say yes. So I use that opportunity as a teaching moment. So I told her, when I do something, I don't do it because others will be happy or comfortable or will like it. I do it because, one, I feel comfortable, I'm satisfied, I'm confident in it, and then two, I'm at peace, and it does not contradict my family value, and it does not displease God. So today I went to work. One of my patients look at me, say, hey, not so good. I say, yes. Sorry, my alarm. He said, you've changed. I say, really? How did I change? Say, your hairstyle. I say, oh, what happened? He said, you now look like a man. I say, really? Oh, I'm enjoying it. I like it. He was like, I say, yeah, I like it. So I feel like I enjoy it, all the compliments. If you like, it does not touch me. I'm just okay with it. It does not reduce me, neither does it increase anything in me. I'm who I am, not by what my hairstyle is, but what I know I carry on my inside. So, and value takes your children to that level of accepting themselves the way they are, without seeking to please people or to be approved or start becoming attention seekers because they feel empty. When you occupy your children with vision, reason for existence, they will be too busy to start looking for who to please. I just hope you are picking this important information. And please, if you are here, kindly share session to people you know. A lot of family need to learn what we are learning because it will change a lot of issues we are having with children, especially children of this generation. Most of them don't have sense of belonging and approval of themselves. Please also put a thumbs up for us and subscribe if you have not. So a lot of children are struggling with self-identity confusion because even we, the parents, we don't understand these things. So another challenge is, so most times, like I said, if we assume vision is not well explained, is not well sold out to our children, they will be floating. They will have a lot of struggles. Some of us, we are the level we are in life, still doubting ourselves all the time, allowing paralysis analysis to disrupt our possibilities and a lot of things we can do in life because of lack of vision that was not sold very well to us, or that was not even sold at all to us as young people. So we have grown up. Hi, Sammy, welcome. So we have grown up to continue questioning who we are, what we can do, who we accept, what we are doing productive, to question a lot of things. And God will give us insight, idea. By the time we are analyzing and thinking of how it will go, those that will agree, those that will not agree, paralysis will take it away from us. You come back to square one, then you will look. Someone has started the vision God gave to you. Oh God, may God open our eyes. Because we need to rise up so that our children don't suffer what we suffered. Because I could beat my chest to tell you could be more than what you are today if some things were done properly. But That was the level of knowledge of those who raised us. And I was saying last week, you cannot grow, or you can only grow to the level of the knowledge of who raised you. So if you want your children to thrive, you must rise up to know, to gain knowledge, to gain insight, to learn at your feet, so that you will not be a disadvantage to your children. So you will be an advantage, the hand that will lift them up, so they will not start fighting the battle from the level you started. Let them start from the height you have grown. Lift your children by your knowledge. Don't be that parent that think you have known it all, or you are not willing to learn, because you will shortchange your children. There are a lot of things you need to know to be able to raise children who will thrive in this dispensation. So when we do the prayers of preserving the next generation, I know some people used to say it's not by prayer. It's not by prayer. That's why we have these teaching sessions. But when you learn, implement, and pray, you will see results. And I know it's your desire, it's my desire to see our children thrive, fly, rise above. No parent wants their children to be like them. I don't think anyone. So let's push. Another problem our children have with buying our vision or adopting our vision is because of our leading styles. Some of us will lead by reactivity instead of intentionality. And that's why we'll be doing a 5-day emotional intelligence challenge coming this February. We do emotional challenge every February. So we are doing this next series, 5 days family emotional challenge. Because we parents, we need to really scale up our ability to emotionally regulate ourselves and relate with our children. Some of us will lead by reaction instead of intentionality, instead of emotional intelligence. And these children we are raising need not just to learn emotional intelligence from us, but also build that capacity to be able to thrive in their generation. Because emotional intelligence will help you to thrive in any sphere of life. You can be IQ, intelligence quotient high, and can pass exams, but you will not be able to lead or manage people at a higher level. So you see people who are first class or agent by academic, but they are not able to lead people. They are not able to manage promotions. Sometimes we say, whenever a woman is given a position, she misbehaves. It's not misbehaving, it's lack of emotional intelligence. So we must learn to lead with intelligence, emotional intelligence, this generation of children, for them to buy our vision, so that we are able to know when, how, and how to get them accept it. So we'll be talking about the evidence-based side of getting children to buy our vision. I usually like using research information, so it won't be like it's a make-up stories. So research has confirmed that children thrive with a clear family narrative. When children know whom they are based on their family identity, they thrive more. Sorry, that's my alarm. They thrive more with that sense of belonging. They conserve their energy to more valuable things, quality time with gaining knowledge and doing things that matters than using it chasing shadows or likes on social medias or approval from peers or trying to impress people. They use their time to build capacity, learn, develop themselves because they understand who they are and where they are going. They channel their energy in pursuing what matters to them. So, for example, if I come to a place and things are happening, I already know where I belong. I don't try, oh, let me be there, let them accept me, let me see what they are doing, let them, as in, like, I already know where I belong. If it doesn't align with my value and vision, I just face my front. But you see people, they enter university. Let me say, for example, you see people, they enter university because they are yet to understand where they belong, who they are, their values, their vision. They try, they try putting their hands into different things to see which one works or which one will accept them. And that's where you see some children coming from a seemingly good family. They go into the university, they become wayward because they didn't know boundaries. They didn't know what they are standing for. So they are not able to easily pick out who does not belong to their cycle. They don't understand why they shouldn't go for a night party. They don't know how it relates to their family values. But you might have told them, don't go to parties, don't do this. You did not relate it to why and how it affects or doesn't support your family vision. So they go, a peer or a classmate suggests, nothing will go wrong. Oh, we are just going to drink. We are just going to watch. And they will go to a pub just to see. And that's how they never return. Because they are just going to test the water. Before your child enters university, make sure you have sold your family vision. And you know, sometimes I will tell people, and I will tell my husband, sometimes you tell your child, don't do this thing. Sometimes allow her, expose her to something, a situation you can control, but don't be at the forefront telling her what to do. Watch and see, allow her explore, see what her brain will tell her. Like, try what you have been teaching her and see if she has internalized it. That's your test. Try your children at home. Don't be always forward and reactive. Hey, don't do that. Hey, I've told you not to. Just, can you sometimes hold your arm or hide and see what they will do? As far as it does not risk their safety and does not put them into trouble. There are things you can control. It's not a do or die affair, but it's an error. Allow them to make that mistake. Do a reflective session with them. That's how they will learn. Sometimes you talk, you think they have known, they have not understood. Until they do that thing, get it right, and then you reaffirm, to validate and then consolidate. Or they make mistake and you use it as an opportunity to teach that thing and to keep re-emphasizing. But sometimes we just want to stop them from even trying, from even making mistake. How will they learn? Some of us, we are where we are based on experiences we have learned from. isn't it? But what we are saying is, at home, allow them explore, let them watch and see how they think, how they reason, how they make decisions. Don't always be at the front to block them from taking action. Allow them to take that action as far as it doesn't put them at risk. As far as it doesn't risk their safety, allow them try it. Then use it as a reflective session. Teach, because that's you testing and trying what you have taught to really know if they have internalized it. So it's not hurrying to, hey, my child is now in the university, and you have not empowered this child to defend her own values. You have not reviewed, you have not tested this child to know what she can do if she's exposed to some certain things. You have not groomed, you have not empowered this child to thrive in a university environment. You don't even have a structure to monitor. Of course, I'm not talking about micromanaging children. No. But you must bring your children to that point where you are sure, to a certain degree, there are challenges, pressures they can face. Then connect them to a system, an accountability system that you can monitor. For example, get them to be in a fellowship. Get the pastors and one or two other people in that fellowship you can trust. Have a way of going to visit. Have a way of following through, following their faith, making sure they are continuing in faith. Some of us, we send our children to school, we don't even know where the school is. We don't even know if they continue what we are teaching them. Some of you read. You don't even know if they are feeding their spiritual cup or pot or container, whatever, whichever one you are using, or if they are just there, they've empty. And of course, our children will return to be the good children. We have raised children who knows how to be good in our presence, but they don't know how to be good or how to stand to defend themselves when they are left alone. Let's run. So, studies from Emory University show that children who know their family story demonstrate higher emotional resilience and self-esteem. So remember, family vision is not just what you write, it's also what determines the practices, the culture of your home. Your children should be able to have a cultural formation, what your family is all about, everyday decisions, what it anchors on, your spiritual culture, your traditional culture. Can your children say where you are coming from? Can your children trace your lineage, your grandfather, your father? Does your children know your tribe? Where some of us, we are more Oyibos than the Oyibos, for those that live in diaspora. But your children must find value in where you are coming from to be able to appreciate that there is a place they belong to other than this strange place. Because whether we like it or not, they are visitors here. So all they will be doing is trying to adapt until you let them understand there is a place they belong to. And that place is worthy to be known, to know about. Let them be proud of who they are and where they are coming from. Because that's the advantage the place you are have against you. For example, ask yourself, when you moved, for those who moved from their place of origin to a new place, how easy was it for you to adapt? Didn't you miss some things? Didn't you try putting yourself under pressure? For example, let me use that word, under pressure, or trying to go out of your way to learn things, other people's practices, so that you can flow. That's how our children, when they also know where they are coming from, practice some of those things, bring home your culture. I'm not talking of traditional practices that are ungodly, depending on your family value and vision. But those things that are adaptable, let them eat your cultural food. Let them speak your cultural language. Let them be happy about whom they are, like who they are. Not trying to be like other people. Because one day, those people will question them. Why can't you even speak your language? Why are you always speaking our language? Okay, remove the language, the foreign language your children know. Who are they? Can they find fit? Can they stand gidigba on their cultural identity? If you remove everything from them, if you strip them of the foreign things they have acquired, the phonics, the dishes, delicacies they eat, the exposures, can they have something left that is really their own, that belongs to them? So the same study says that shared value reduces risky behaviors. So family routines that is well articulated becomes a norm. It becomes a norm. So let that voice, thank you for joining us, Maya. Welcome. So when your children adapt the cultural practice in your home based on the vision you have consistently articulated and relate to them, it's easier for them to manage risky behaviors than when they are living in a family where they can be able to firmly establish and say, this is what we stand for. So the same research is saying that identity anchored children resist peer pressure. And I've always said this, if your children know your family vision and they buy it from you, and it becomes their own, they can stand any pressure anywhere without you being there. And that's where we are going. Raise children who are culturally intelligent, children who can stand for themselves in your absence. If you're raising children who cannot resist peer pressure, you have not started. If you're raising children who you will micromanage and threaten and manipulate to do your things, when you are not there, ask yourself, when you are not there, you are not threatening them, who will they answer to? External pressure. And that's why we advise against raising children with threats and pressure. Because if you configure their brain to only do things when you threaten them or when you put pressure, when you shout and do all that, what you have not trained their brain to think for themselves and to do what is right without external pressure. So when they are on their own, they will not do or know what to do until an external pressure comes on them. And guess what that pressure will be? Peer pressure. So the way they yield to you under pressure, that's the same way their brain will yield to an external pressure. I hope you're understanding the concept. So we must be careful to understand how to relate our vision to our children to the level they understand, and they can make decisions naturally without you influencing or pressurizing them. So that when they go out, they can think for themselves and they will find a way of escape when they feel a pressure is coming upon them. So, practical challenges and solutions so that we go. So, sometimes we talk about our children don't listen anymore, is because they are just fed up with all the shout. Some of us, we are good with shouting. Hey, sometimes our children hide so that they will not hear us shouting. So, when the children feel they are being shouted on all the time, they will build the resistance. Some children, especially the the what we call them, some people will use the word, it's not word, the strong-willed children will usually resist you. Whatever will happen, let it happen. They will come to that point. Highest is beating you, beat me. Those kind of children are strong-willed. So they resist us over time when they get used to the beating and the shouting. Highest, she will shout. Highest, he will beat me. But we should not get our children to that point where they form a resistance. So shift from rules to reason. You need to build your raise children that you can rationalize things with, you can reason with. You need to raise children you can negotiate, dialogue. I didn't say argue, because some people used to misunderstand dialogue and argue. Children you can make logical reasoning with, because it's also a teaching skill. You're also equipping them to be able to negotiate their way when they are stuck or they find themselves in a difficult situation. Teach them to negotiate. So instead of when they find themselves in a situation shouting and fighting and trying to find their way with through pressure and force and violence, they will learn to negotiate. Emotional intelligence. So when we handle children, once they disobey or they don't do what we want, we are shouting, we are beating, you are teaching your children that that's the best way to resolve conflict or misunderstanding. That child grows up becoming violent or becoming a bully. Or the reverse case, the child will become withdrawn and will be bullied because she or he cannot defend himself. You have not just traumatized that child, you have intimidated that child. So some of us, we raise our children to become timid because we are over controlling. Parenting is not about controlling. It's about, in your training, in your raising a responsible child, you're also equipping this child to thrive in the society. So when your child is not doing what you want, not agreeing with you, the best way to get that child to agree is to reason, not to flog, not to shout, not to hit, not to use violence, not to use threats. We are used to it, and it may take a long time, but start somewhere. Just know that you are incapacitating your child by using those measures. You are not training this child to thrive in the workplace, in the society, in school, or wherever he meets people outside the home. You will even see it with your eyes at home, with that child beating his sibling when they disagree. Watch it. So there's this story I just heard today about two brothers in America, US. They were playing this blockbuster game. Is it what it's called? I think so. And then they started misunderstanding them, having misunderstanding. One stabbed the other to death, then called the police. By the time the police came, the brother was dead. We should learn to not just teach our children, but we practice to show our children that violence is not the way to reaching agreement. We should learn to explain the why behind decisions, rules, choices, or what we want them to do. I don't think there's anything wrong explaining things for your children. I know sometimes some of us don't feel like it. Why must I explain to them before they obey? I don't see anything wrong with that. Because you're also teaching them to question things that will be sold to them in the society. When they get used to their parents explaining why things are done, and someone gives them instruction outside, they will ask, please, why am I doing this? Which is the best place to position your children to ask questions, why? To ask why behind the actions that are being demanded of them. Because if you raise children who will not ask you questions, you will raise dundies. You will raise children who follow instructions that will even detriment their destiny. Because that's how you have configured them. So, another thing we must learn to is reduce our lectures. We like lectures. Teacher Nwelekebes. We like lectures. Let's reduce the way we lecture our children, because sometimes they will be fed up. In fact, some of them will say, my daddy like preaching. I work with teens, young people and youth and children. So sometimes they will be telling me this, I'll be laughing. Say, my daddy like lectures. Before you know it now, my mommy will start preaching to you. Sometimes they are fed up with teaching. Bring them, sit them down, have a conversation. Do it like you are gisting with them like their peers. You enjoy them. I know when you're close to them as parents, that pressure is not really always easy, but that's the best way to catch their attention. Invite them to a conversation. You will hear the things they will naturally know. I need to. I'll be wrapping up soon. My battery is going down. So invite them to a conversation instead of always teaching, lecturing, preaching. Learn method of conversation so that they can be so that they can be able to engage with you without feeling like you are their teacher or one overbearing auntie or uncle. So let's learn to see what works for them and then how to catch their attention, because that's the only way you can get them to buy the vision and run with it. So thank you. The battery is charging now. So what we are saying is, have the conversation, call them, tip in a question and allow them to flow. Ask them if they have any question for you. Ask them, why do we have family vision? We've even been talking about family vision. Please, can you explain to me what is family vision? Do you really understand? Like, have a way of doing a reflective conversation without making it looking too serious. crack a joke around it. You can even tell them story. Hey, do you know today something like this happened and I didn't even remember our family vision? Please, can you remind me again so I can remember? So it's just a way of really trying to capture if they have a clue and then share it again afresh. Try to relate it again. And like I said, it's not a quick fix. They may not grab it the way you want it. You know, we like it hot, hot. But you need to buy a long rope. Buy it, extend it as much as you can. Because we don't all learn with the same speed. The way your first son captured it may not be the same. Yes. Chimeze promise. Having very strong-willed kids is an extra work. It's an extra work, but hey, those kids are very, very special. I'm telling you, they are the children who can thrive in this generation. But you must not manhandle them. Don't traumatize them. Don't turn them. Don't kill that strong willness. Is a special gift. Harness it. Harness that will. They are the fighters. They are the kind of children who will grow up to resist pressures, to withstand pressures, to face situations. They are in the majority of creative people. So just ask God for grace and wisdom and gain knowledge on how to engage them. In fact, strong-willed children will humble you. They will help you. They will help you know that you never start, you don't know anything. So it's an assignment. Strong-willed children will refine you if you're intentional. They will put you on your toes. So that's it. Some people may ask, we want a vision, but we don't know how to go about it. And I've explained it, how to simplify it. Don't make it complex. Okay? Start with 3 areas of focus. You're able to draft something that captures, you see, identity, who you are. That's what vision should capture. Your values, what you live for, and how you live. Then the third one is direction. How you are going to get to or become who you are or who you are called to be. So if you address these areas, identity, value, and direction, where you are going as a family, you will capture your family vision. So for example, you can say, in our family, we choose honesty over comfort, growth over fear, and faith over pressure. You've just captured what you stand for. You can now break it, simplify it in such a way, like I said, based on the age of your child. Because sometimes they will even ask you, Mommy, what is even comfort? Mommy, what is even growth? Mommy, what is even faith? May the Holy Spirit give you wisdom. So, and this is us coming to the end of this discussion and trusting God to help us. Okay? I will just do a recap for the sake of those who just joined us. Building a family vision that your children can carry. One step is clarify your core values. So, for example, say faith, character, purpose, relationship. Put it into words. One paragraph. Remember age appropriate form that your children can understand it. So, make it one paragraph, age appropriate language, then repeat it. Third step, model it. Children believe what they see you do than what you tell them. Then what we do every year, we review our family vision. Because as they are growing, you may need to modify it, except you continue to have younger children. But you need to explain to the older ones in a level they will understand. So there is no pressure. Just work according to your family dynamics. Okay? So the most important thing is break it, simplify it, make it plain. Make it livable, adoptable, easy to understand, and easy to memorize. They may not pick it immediately, but over time, they will be able to memorize it. They'll be able to pick it. So, our reflective question before we go this night, I want you to think about it. If your child describe your family in one sentence with what they know you as for now, what will your children say about your family? Don't say they are too young. If they can talk, they can say something. It will give you a clue to really know if you are really relating this to them in the way and level they will understand. Then the second question, what values are you hoping that your children will absorb? Even if they have never clearly named it, that will guide you. Because sometimes we have it in our head, the kind of children we want to raise, what we want them to be. But we don't know how to capture it in a vision, in our values, so they are able. So what we do, every month, we have a value we work on. What are we trying to do? Just in different forms and shape to see how they begin to capture, understand, adapt, and it becomes part of them. Because we know they will not pick it in a day. So for example, self-control. We pick it for the month. And then they do something, ask them, does this show self-control? They will be eating snacks. After this one, that's not self-control. When you eat one snack, you give yourself a break. Even if your mouth or your stomach is asking for it, tell yourself, not now, you can wait. What are we doing? Relating value. So you can capture it in your family values, what you want to see. Then our final question, what do you need to change in your family? Let's say for a month, for this month, to make your family vision visible. What is that thing? Just one thing you can change. With that in mind, I want to pray for every family. And I pray that your children will carry greatness into the world, into their generation. I pray that the Lord will grant your family clarity to relay your family vision to your children in such a way they will run with it with conviction and they will transform their generation. In the name of Jesus, I pray for every family that is listening right now and that will listen after this live session, that God, you will impress in their heart their vision. You will infuse in their heart, their family system, the value they have been called to run with, and you will help their children to run with it and become a vessel of transformation in their generation. In Jesus' name. Thank you for joining me in this live session. I wish your family the best. I know God is raising families that He will use to preserve the next generation. And your family is in that calling. Walk into that alignment. There is greatness in your children, in your family. May God use your family as an instrument of transformation for your generation. Do have a lovely night rest. And I hope to see us on Saturday, our next live session. Enjoy yourself. And thank you for coming to this live session. Kindly share to anyone that belongs to a family and be blessed. Remember to ask them to subscribe. Let's keep building a system that will transform our generation. Bye, everyone.